Hello survivors and welcome to another video. So in this video we're going to be looking at Cal, who is a fast promo character that has just been released. He has got 1792 attack, 1171 defense, which is identical to the strong Cal, so Cal is not a very high defense character apparently. He also has quite high HP, slightly less than the strong Cal, but still quite high. Basically everything on his kit, from rush, basically rush, weapon, specialist skill, active skill, everything has impair on it, which is great. I kind of like that. It's just going to be, no matter what happens, is going to impair. The downside, of course, is that's really beneficial on a defense team, and because he's got such low defense, he's not going to be too viable on a defense team unless you stack him heavily. So we'll look at the rush first. Depleting thrusts. It is 66 AP, deal 400% damage to one enemy, up to three enemies. Sorry, get minus 20 AP and impair for one turn. So that means if someone's max rush, you'll obviously get them down to minus 20, but you also impair them, so any follow-up attacks will not, they will not gain AP. Any the next turn or their next turn will still be the same turn. They will not gain AP from attacking, so that's really important. Whereas if it was just purely minus AP, he could do his rush. Someone could do follow-up attacks and they could gain their rush that way, or he could do his rush. No one does follow-up attacks. The next turn, the enemy attacks, gets full rush, and then could get commanded. So impair just blocks that potential rush the next turn, guaranteed, unless it gets cleansed. Active skill again, impair and AP up. I like this a little bit. I'm not really a big fan of active skills unless they're really, really viable, like revive, or generally cleanses are quite good, like stun cleanse or impair cleanse. I have seen impair, like recover, be used at really bad times, like in a one-on-one situation, someone removes their one turn impair. Like obviously there's no need for that because it's going to be removed the next turn anyway, but yeah, I've seen that happen a couple of times. But impair one enemy for one turn, this character gains 35% AP. It means that it's basically he's done his specialist skill, which is Neutralize, but he's also gaining 35% AP guaranteed, which is more than you'd get off of just a based attack most of the time, at least. Well, actually it might not, because his AP cost is quite low. I'm not going to work that out. It's probably quite similar, but it's a guarantee. So say you have come up against someone who's got stun on defense and you don't want to attack them, you can do the active skill instead. And that's why I say, again, you're very good on attack teams because you have full control of this of all this. Neutralize is one of the best specialist skills in my opinion. Easily, if I could say top 5, Neutralize would always be in there, just because it's just nice to know if someone is going off, for one, because obviously it lights up when someone's getting their rush, rather than having to always long press on every character to make sure. But also it is good to be able to just straight up block their rush. AP down on the mods is low chance, it's not great chance, but Neutralize is 100% chances unless it gets resisted, which it can be resisted because it is an impair. Now the weapon is impair on defense, which is a tough special, but it is on a fast character, so it's off trait, and I think that's nice, just because fast don't really have that great range on their specialist skills. It's just absolute defense pretty much. Now this is all of his kit, makes me look at him and say he's a good defense character, but obviously the stats point more towards attack character just because he's got such low defense. So that if you really wanted to have him on defense, you'd have to have defense set, defense on defense mods, and you'd obviously have to have defense on his weapon. You could even forego AP on attack, because on a defense team he's still going to get his rush turn 3 regardless. So you could keep HP and attack, keep HP and then add defense in slot 2, and then get that defense up to 35%. That defense, his defense rating could get up to like 2.5, 3k before leader bonus, so it could still be okay, and then you could gain extra stats wherever you want them. You could get a little bit extra attack if you wanted in those mods. You could get a little bit extra HP. It really depended which way you wanted to go. So I think he's good. I think he's viable, but he's mainly going to be useful on an attack team. You can gear him as like a slightly like assassin based on an attack team. That 400% is kind of going to be underrated, how much damage that's going to do, mainly because you're going to be doing extra damage to kind of flimsy characters, because tough characters themselves don't have that good defense. You're going to have a lot of control with all this impair everywhere, and it could be really, really useful. Just one quick look at the wheel before we go, just because, as you can see, it has been updated with different characters rotating around on it. We've got Wayland, we've got Lydia, we've got Glenn here, we've got a bunch of characters, and these are all fast characters, and then it's going to go into the other traits. So it does look like some of the previous promos are now in the rotation for the update on the promo wheel, which is cool. So if you do a big pull on the promo wheel and you don't get the actual promo, you could get one of these other characters, like Shield Jesus there, you could get Naya, you could get Lacerator Shiva, that sort of thing, which is great. The odds have gone down to normal. It was double chances until the 4th of November, but it did seem to extend a little bit, obviously with today being the 7th of November. But it has gone back down to normal chances. Whether it will come back with double chances again, I've got no idea. But obviously the bonus is here that it has been updated with the characters that you can get in the rotation, and it has got a winter vibe as well. Look at this, it's got the snow in the background. I do like it. But that's the end of this video, guys. Do tell me what you think about Cal. Are you going to pull for this character? Would he work on your attack or maybe even your defense teams? Do let me know. But that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.